So you're wondering how to turn challenges into opportunities? I'm Dr. Paul Jenkins. That's what we're talking about today at Live on Purpose TV. Sometimes in psychology we make up words. Makes us feel smart, I guess. I do it too. And in my book, I referred to a concept that combines the idea of problem and opportunity. And I called it propertunity. Now, that word's probably never going to take off, but it helps us to think about how these two things are related. We go through our life looking for problems to solve. It gives us meaning. It gives us purpose. It gives us direction. When we understand our role as creators, we have to find some problem to solve. I do business trainings and sales trainings, and when I do these, it's obvious that every legitimate business exists for the sole purpose of solving problems. Think about it. That's all we do in business. So, when it hits us personally and it causes pain and discomfort, it's easy to start to conclude that problems are bad. Well, what if we could turn those problems, those challenges, into opportunities? That would be really awesome. How do we do that? In an earlier video, which you can connect to right up there, I described a model. Here's a card that gives you a quick visual of the model that we talked about in that earlier video, where we engage in two different processes in our own mind, evaluation and creation. To turn challenges into opportunities requires that we get into a positive evaluation of what it is. What that means is that we take the problem and we reframe it. Here's one way to think about it. Years ago, a psychologist named George Stratton did some experiments on human perception. This was in the 1800s, folks. In 1896, he wrote a paper about what he had found. George developed a pair of eyeglasses that turned everything upside down. Now, as you think about that for a minute, let's create a visual here. These eyeglasses change everything that you see. Or do they? Actually, they only change the way that you see it. They don't go out and change the world. So think about those lenses of these eyeglasses that alter your perception of whatever you're seeing. What if I gave you a pair of eyeglasses that were tinted green? Can you imagine what the world would look like? It's like you're living in the Emerald City. The lawn looks awesome, your spouse not so much. Does it mean the world is green? No, it just looks green to you because of the lenses that you're wearing, right? What if we swap those out for those proverbial rose-colored glasses that we've all heard about? Now the world looks red. Did the world change? No, but your perception of it changes dramatically. Back to George. Dr. Stratton found in this experiment that he did, and by the way, he couldn't get anybody to sign up for this silly experiment. Who wants to put on a pair of glasses that turns everything upside down? Well, he tried them on himself. And as you can imagine, at first, he's bumping into everything. He's having a hard time getting through his own house with everything switched 180 degrees top to bottom. After a few days, he started to get used to it. He wasn't bumping into stuff as much. On day 8, something really remarkable happened. And maybe you've heard about this in your introductory psych class. What happened on day 8? Everything looked normal to him. It's like his mind fixed the image, so it was no longer upside down. The world didn't change, but his perception of it changed drastically because of what his mind just did with it. He took the glasses off and then everything was upside down. He had to adjust back. Now, this sounds a little crazy, but we do this all the time. When we put on sunglasses, for example, what do you notice? Everything looks darker at first, but after you've had them on for a while, you just get used to it and everything looks totally normal to you. That's what we're talking about. So however you're used to seeing things, looks normal to you. That doesn't mean you're right. That doesn't mean that's the way the world is. It simply means that that's what you've become used to. And so your mind accepts it as normal. Does that make sense? So what we're going to start with in turning challenges into opportunities is we're going to change the way we look at challenges. I heard Wayne Dyer say it this way once. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. That's powerful. And it's true. So for example, what if we were to look at challenges or problems instead as puzzles? Now, I love puzzles. I've got a shelf here in my office just filled with them. I brought out a few examples. These puzzles are so much fun for me. This one is called Bottled Frustration. It looks impossible, doesn't it? That's what I love about it. Because sometimes something that looks impossible is simply a fun challenge when you look at it as a puzzle. Think about the power that comes into your life as you start to look at the challenges you're currently facing as instead a puzzle to be solved. What would you rather have? A problem or a puzzle? See, for me, I love puzzles, and that's why that image works for me. It changes how I feel about it. What this does, folks, is it changes the energy that we bring to the puzzle or to the problem, to the creative solution that we now get to create because we've reframed it in our own mind. In the second half of the model that we discussed in that video that you can click to right up there, we go into creation mode. Creation mode is where we get to take what it is and create something even better. The solution to your problem lies squarely within your ability to solve it. And that's good news. Just a little disclaimer here. It's hard to imagine sometimes the solution to our current puzzle or problem. That's because it's unprecedented in our own life. Sure, we can see other people solving similar things, but maybe we haven't figured out yet how we are going to do that. We start with a positive evaluation of what is, which means that we reframe it in our own mind in a way that makes it inviting and intriguing and positive. That gives us the energy to bring the creative solutions to the table that are going to create a whole new upgrade to whatever it is that's causing our pain. Hopefully you got something useful out of this video about turning challenges into opportunities. If you can think of someone else who would really benefit from knowing this, would you please share that with them?